So, hello and welcome to this new moon gathering where we're going to come together individually and form a community of meditators from the comfort of our own home. So, for those of you who don't know me or haven't met me, my name is Caroline Hales and I'm based on the Mornington Peninsula in Melbourne. And I'm so happy to have you here tonight. And it's best if you so I'm going to speak as clearly as I can, and so it's best if you keep your connection to yourself. And one of the simplest ways to connect to yourself is to connect to your breath. And so our breath, when it's conscious, when we have our attention there, is such a powerful energizer. So our physical body is housed in this emotional and mental and intuitive body. And for anyone who that this isn't familiar to, I just want to give you a practical example of, when you walk into someone's house or into a room and you can feel the vibration of the room, or you go into someone's house and it feels beautiful, and then are you go into a room and it just feels a bit off. So that's your energetic body communicating to your personality and giving you information. And so that's the type of energy that we're going to travel through tonight. But the first thing is to turn towards yourself, turn towards your breath, finding some place, whether it's on a chair or sitting, in a more traditional meditation posture, so that you can connect to you. So we live in this world, where it calls us out and brings our attention outward focused. And so this is such a beautiful way to turn and collect all of your energy from today, from this week, from what's going to happen later on, and just bring it home to you through your breath, through your intention of just wanting to be here for yourself in this moment. And that's the beauty of life, that we can just keep calling ourselves back again and again when we notice that we've left. And of course we do leave, we get distracted, we get into our minds, we have reactions, and rather than giving energy to that, it's such a simple and profound thing to just bring your attention back to you, to yourself, to your breath. So you are your breath. Your breath is an expression of you. Your body's an expression of you. Where you live is an expression of you. And even everyone in our lives, they're expressions of us. And the breath doesn't have to be complicated. It can be just taking your attention and taking note of the quality of your breath, the quantity of your breath as you inhale, not forcing that inhalation, and then as you exhale. And for me, my meditation practice is somewhere where I come to relax, restore, bring ease to my body. To just checking in with your own physical body, making sure your shoulders are getting a chance and an opportunity to relax. At your back, while it might be upright, that you're holding it in a relaxed place. And even if your mind is very busy and is that you're experiencing emotions, just acknowledging whatever is part of your experience in this moment, and using your breath, just using your breath to come back to this moment again and again. Creating the space for you to arrive in to this moment. Feeling the natural weight of your body and the pull of the earth. the vibration of the earth pulling us towards her. And simultaneously lifting your energy up towards the sky, up towards, the new moon that will be arriving in just over 2 hours. And so that's the beauty of the fluidity of our spine, that we can let the weight of our lower body ground us into the earth and into the energy of the earth and the mystery and the ancientness of the earth, while simultaneously letting our spine also support us on lifting up towards the sky, towards the universal, towards that subtle energy. And just taking note of the position of your chin, just making sure that you can tuck in your chin a bit, so that really helps your shoulders to open and your heart to open. And we breathe. And then just imagining that you can let your back lean in, whether it's towards the wall or the chair, or just to the energy behind you. And that just gives another message to our nervous system that we're safe. And so this new moon in Pisces gives us the opportunity to tune into the areas of our life where we're ready to release, to let go. And sometimes life has, the habit of nudging us towards what's ready to be reconsidered or reevaluated. And our role as human beings usually is to resist it. So just before we go to leaning into acceptance, it's really useful to be authentic and to find the places within you that is resisting change, resisting life and your life experience as it is right now in this moment, and in your outer world, the world beyond yourself. That could be a situation, a relationship, a job, an opportunity, a stage of life that we unconsciously just resist, or we push away, or we respond humanly, through frustration, anger, disappointment. So just letting all that be there. And the simplest way to meet that is to acknowledge it, take a breath in to it and breathe it out. Try not to go into why it's there, the reason why, who's to blame for it. Just really giving yourself this opportunity in this lovely community of people that we've co-created and we've gathered tonight. Just allow yourself to be human and turn towards yourself in kindness. One of the hardest things we can do is to be kind towards ourselves when we have these feelings that we don't want, that we don't want to recognize, that we have situations in our life that we don't want to talk about, or we're attached to talking about but not changing. And just imagining that the exhalation is the release out, back out. What if you could, in this moment, consider leaning in and accepting and tolerating and being open to, reframing your life as it is right now. And we call on that new moon energy that we actually can't see. We can never see the new moon. It's called the dark moon. So it's perfect for when we want to create change, because usually change comes in our mind or in our heart, and we can't see it. We just have to trust the process. So So as you're exhaling, we come to that point where there's a transition. We're working on releasing, but we're not sure yet what we want to call in or how we're going to call in or who it is we want to call in. And so that's where vulnerability in our heart comes in, where we can hold space for our heart and not know in our minds how this is all going to look, how it's going to happen. And we breathe. And then my next invitation or my next prompt is to ask you to lift your awareness or lift your intention towards the new moon, whatever that means to you or looks like to you. It could be imagining the sky or just tuning into the fact that the new moon is going to be here soon. What does that feel like? Most people know that the moon transmits her messages. It's a feminine energy, and she transmits her messages through feelings, through dreams, often through lack of sleep. She just won't let us sleep because there's something in us that's disturbing us that we need to acknowledge and just turn towards, and even just release it, not try to understand it. So just letting yourself, open to this mystery of the moon and to the Piscean energy. And breathe. And then maybe asking yourself, what do I want to call in? As I'm releasing, what do I want to call in? And generally, we start with things and situations in our outer world. It could be, a practical situation. It could be a practical thing. It could be a new job. It can be something practical. Maybe more finance, more abundance, friendships, a relationship, just what is it that you want to use this time for to call in? And imagine that you are calling it in right now. Just imagine, if you don't believe it, just imagine it. Breathe it in, breathe it towards you. Use your breath. And then asking yourself, how will I feel when this arrives? How will I feel in my heart? Will it land in my belly? Is it in my mind? How will I feel when this arrives? Or when these arrive? And so lodge that feeling in your heart, in your belly, in your head, in your shoulder. How will I feel? It's generally a pleasant feeling or a sense of openness. And then you might move to the more subtle wants that you have. It might be a sense of peace. It might be more trust. It might be connection, community. It might be acceptance. What is it on a more subtle level that you want to call in? What do you need more of in your life? What could you call in? Hope. And again, just taking that vibration and imagine you're healing, you're calling that in, you're breathing it in. And what effect is this having right now in this moment on your mind, on your body? And if your body isn't used to sitting, just acknowledging any discomfort that comes up. If your mind is gone busy or is distracted, just acknowledging that, making that part of your experience. And so the final part of this is to then surrender, which is very much part of this new moon energy. So surrender just means letting go any attachment, any demand or expectation or tightness in your body, in your mind, or in your emotions that I want this more than anything else. That there's a tightening up. So we can have passion without tightening ourselves and forming rigidity. And so for the next just 1 or 2 minutes, we're going to sit together in silence and just notice what you notice. Just notice what arises in your experience, acknowledge it, and then try not to go to story, to stay in your body and use your exhalation to release it back out into your energy field, into your room, into wherever you are. Beautiful. And so just bringing your awareness back to your experience and what you're experiencing right now in your body, in your energy, in your sense of yourself. And then just collecting the data. What was it that I was really looking for? What experience am I wanting more of? And my suggestion to you is just every day, every morning when you wake, we are on automatic pilot when we wake. We usually just think the same thoughts. We usually just have encouragement to you is to let you consciously call in whatever it is you're looking for on a subtle level every morning when you wake. And then last thing at night before you go to sleep, between now and the next new moon, which is the 12th of April, just letting what you want, how you want to feel be the last thing you think of and you call in before you go to sleep. And so my deepest gratitude to each one of you for showing up and creating this online community. I'll be back again in April with the new moon in April, the new vibration, the new energy that every new moon brings. And I would love to hear how you're going in between now and then if I don't see you. And yeah, it's been really beautiful to share this time with you, and have a beautiful evening. Thank you all so much. It's so lovely to see some familiar people and some new people here. I feel really grateful and privileged to have this opportunity to share this passion of mine, which is my meditation practice, and also how I live my life, which is my meditation practice. It's a great privilege, so thank you so much. Okay. And so thank you, Instagram, for helping me to expand my comfort zone. I'm so grateful to see you, and I send you many blessings. And thank you for all your good messages, your lovely messages.